to still be a beautiful day for other traders, which means some traders will gain pips, while some will actually lose some pips. So that's how the market is. The knowledge determines how far you can go in this market. You just need to understand that knowledge determines how far you can go. And every time you wake up to trade, one of the first things you really need to do is to check if there's going to be a fundamental event that can easily change price direction so that you're not caught in the trade, right? Most times we just open our chart in as much as, yes, we have technical analysis and fundamental analysis. And most times we just open our chart and we just go straight to support and resistance, and we go straight to support and resistance. We check if price is at support or if price is at resistance. Most of the time that's what we do. But most of the time that's what we do. But I'm here to tell you this morning that there are times you really need to check if there's going to be a fundamental event that can easily change price direction. You understand? All right. So now this morning, let's quickly check. For those joining for the first time, we have a website where you can easily get all these fundamental events from to check how well they can get to affect price movement and also how far. That's the effect now. You want to check how long it will take and when it's going to happen. All right. So on the screen here, as we can all see, I have December 12th, which is today, Tuesday. Oh, December 12th, which is today. Now, checking my screen, which is our calendar currently, you notice there is a news that was just released this morning by 8 o'clock for GBP. Yesterday when I was taking the morning market review, I mentioned that there are some events that can just change price direction. Now, this morning we have 3 series of news that was released for the GBP, and you can see there are 3 different effects. You have the first coming out good. The green number signifies that the news is good, while the red signifies that what news comes out bad, and the last one you see is neutral, no economic change. Now, if I'm to ask you, what are you going to do on GBP currently? Obviously, this is a mixed reaction. What do I mean by mixed reaction? Now, let's quickly check the 3 different events. Now, the first one is climate count change. Now, climate count change is the same thing as unemployment claims. If you are talking about unemployment claims, we are talking about people that lose their job already, people that lose their job and they are filing for insurance from the government, which means they are claiming benefits from the government. I've mentioned earlier, I said those economies, they tend to pay people that lose their job for the first time until they get another job. All right. So now, if the numbers of people that are losing their job is increasing, it's not really good for the economy, right? But this news comes out very good. This is 16.0 thousand people, right? Which is way better than the previous. You can see this is actual, forecast, and previous. So it's a very good news, yes. Now, also we have average earnings index, And now this kind of news, you can see what it is measuring. It measures change in the price differences and the government pay for what? For labor, including bonuses. Let's say, for example, every every laborers that work, they are being paid $10 per hour, for example. Now, if the price increased, I think I'm hearing other noise. Let me quickly mute everyone. Very good. All right, now so that we can have a smooth session. So let me continue. Now, I was talking about average earning index. Now, if, for example, a laborer is being paid $10 per hour, and maybe the government now increase it to $12 per hour, that is a good one for the laborer which is working, because you have more because of cost of spending and the like. So you have more that is being added to your work, to your pay, right? But if it reduced, it's not good. Yes, because there's no way, if you are being paid, for example, in Nigeria, let's say you are being paid 30,000 per work, per work. What do I mean by per work? Now, let's say you deliver a job and you are being paid 30,000, and after that same work you are doing, you continue with it and you do it, somebody pays you 35,000. It shows that there's an increase, which is good for you, right? But if there's no increase and it reduces, let's say from 30,000 it reduces to 25,000, it's not a good one. So that's average earning index. So this one comes out bad. So you have a mixed reaction. One is good, one is bad. So the best thing to do in this scenario is for a conservative trader, you will tend to stay away from the market. Yes, you need to stay away from the market. Now, why did I say you should stay away from the market? Reason being for the fact that you don't have a clear direction. I'm just advising. You can still decide to buy or sell. Okay. The prophet, I greet you, sir. Okay, you're welcome. All right. Just hold on. We are still analyzing GBP. Okay. So we'll check if there's going to be a trade or not. Now, also, there are different ways to trade this guy. I was setting a pending order before I started the meeting, and it triggered my sell. Now, in this scenario, now price is going to do more of up and down. It will pick a direction first, and after picking the direction for a while, it will do the opposite direction. So that's GBP. Now let's just check. Let's check the chart here. Let's see. Now you see what has happened here. Okay, look at what GBP did. Now while this candle was forming, I set a pending order right here, which is somewhere around there. Now what price will do? Price has come down, went back up. Now it's going to still find its way to a good resistance point. Now, for you to place any trade on this guy, let me zoom out a bit. Now, for you to be trading on this guy, let me drop this one. If you want to trade on GBP now, you just need to wait for price to come up to somewhere around 1.26. Yes, let it get up to somewhere around 1.26 before you can sell it. And if you want to buy it, let it drop somewhere around 1.254. Now, but this is it. CPI is coming out today by 2:30 p.m., right? Let's even finish the calendar, then we'll come back to the charts. All right, so look at this. We have CPI coming out for the US dollar, and CPI is a major fundamental that can make price to move in a particular direction for over 2-3 days. Yes, that's how you can see how long the effect of this kind of news is. All right. Now, if you have noticed, on any USD pair, price has been doing more of ups and down, ups and down. So you see, price goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, right? That's what price has been doing lately. But by 2:30 now, price will have a definite direction. Okay, price will have a definite direction. Price is going to have a clear direction of whether it is going up or it is coming down. All right. So the major news we're having for today is CPI. Since we have been able to see that, let's just go on our chart and let's see what's most likely going to happen for any of the USD pairs. Now, we'll be talking about the major pairs, and also we'll try and look at gold and indices so that we can check what's going to happen by 2:30. All right. We'll be trading this news live in the office. So for Abuja clients, if you are chanced, you can just find your way to the office and can come and make some few pips, and you can go about your daily activities. Okay. So now, GBP USD. That means we'll be starting with GBP USD. Remember, the news came out mixed. Okay. Okay, Efe. Good morning. All right. Remember, the news came out mixed. So price will do more of ups and down. Now, before you can sell technically on this guy, let price find its way up to 1.26, anywhere around there. Then you can be looking at selling. But for me, on any USD pair, I would rather not pick any trade until price, until the news is released, rather. Okay, so because the news will give direction for price. If I'm to give this guy direction, technically, obviously I'll be looking out for price to fall, because considering these two highs that has been created, these guys, right? So obviously I should be expecting price to fall. Look at what price did here. Look at what price did here, right? So I should almost expect the same thing somewhere around there, right? So anything that makes price to just respect this zone that is taken as resistance, I'm expecting it to fall. So now, obviously, technically speaking, Euro USD, GBP USD, they are more of a sell rather than a buy. They are more of a sell rather than a buy. Okay, so now technically, I should be looking out for more of a sell on GBP and Euro, or Euro USD, GBP USD, than buying. Because if I'm buying, that means I'm just looking for a short-term buy. Short-term buy. Somebody's asking, so what if the other news with CPI also comes out mixed? Yes, there is every possibility that CPI is going to be mixed. Okay, now, but we are basing the fact that for NFP to come out, everything came out good, which that shows that I think dollar is trying to just recover the little strength it has lost from October, November. It's just trying to recover it back. It's not that it really lose strength, but just trying to recover. All the whole of November, most of the data coming out for USD, they were bad, right? So, but dollar is trying to regain those strengths, and it has started happening from Friday. So today we'll get to know whether it will retain or regain the strength, or it's still going to continue to lose its strength. So if the news is mixed, which there is possibility for it to be mixed, all you need to do is wait for price to pick a direction first, and after that, you do the opposite direction. Okay, so which means if price pulled up, okay, in Phoenix, please, can we all hear me? Am I audible enough? I think somebody said they can't hear me, so let's see if maybe it's from my end or it's from his own end. Okay, okay. So please, if you know you can't hear me, just try and check your internet, check your dial-in connection. If you log in to Zoom, you will see dial-in. So just either cellular or Wi-Fi. So you just select the option of cellular. If you are using Wi-Fi, it will show you Wi-Fi. So, all right. So just try and check. Now, let's continue, please. Okay, so I'm giving us a scenario that, you see this guy, should be looking out for more of a sell, which means if I want to do a position trade, if I want to leave my trade for a long time, I should be looking out to sell on GBP USD, right? But now, for the day trade, okay, the day trades now, which means I want to pick a trade and close before the end of the day. Now, anything I'm doing, I need to be sure of what price is about to do. Now, right now, what just happened was for the fact that, you see, we have 3 news that comes out for GBP rather, and they are mixed. Okay, so since they are mixed, there's no clear direction. And you can see what happened. Price came down and it went back up immediately. Okay, so now, in this scenario, if you ask me, what are you supposed to do? Now, since there is still another major fundamental event coming out by 2:30, I will advise that you hold on and check. Now, except you want to trade before the fundamental. You want to trade before the fundamental, yeah, because you can set pending order before CPI, right? But CPI shouldn't be a problem because we'll still be doing an online trade, online live trading session by that 2:30. So you can get to join and you know, get to join and see what's going to happen to CPI. So let's quickly check more of technicals now. So for this guy, don't forget if you are looking out to sell, because anything that makes price to get here before the fundamental, expect more of a pullback for price, and anything that makes it to get to this point here, expect it to pull back because price does more of what ups and down. Even from here, I would have decided to sell, but I won't be selling at this point here. I would rather sell at a more higher price than where price is currently. Okay, so on GBP USD, be looking out for more of what? More of a sell. And yesterday, for those that joined, I gave us trades on Euro USD and some other instruments. Now, I believe your Euro USD would have taken profit before the end of yesterday, which is the sell. And your buy should, if you have left it, uh, then your buy should also be in profit because it's above your entry price currently. Remember, I mentioned that anytime a major fundamental event is coming out for a particular economy, you have price to do more ups and downs. You know, price goes up, it won't really go up, it won't really come down, it will just be ranging, you know, sideways movement. That's what you have in price. Okay, so which is what is still happening on Euro USD, as we can see. You know, so your sell trade would have taken profit while your buy should be in profit by now, right? So what are you looking out for on Euro USD also? Now, if you check this eye and this eye is more of what happened on GBP USD, right? So for this guy now, in as much as there's possibility for a retracement level on this guy, and if it retraces, eventually I'm expecting price to fall. Yeah, eventually I'm expecting price to fall. Eventually. Okay, thank you. Now, eventually I'm expecting price to fall. So where price is currently is just a retracement point, just trying to pull back. So anything that makes price to get to anywhere around here, either from this 38 or 50 most especially, which is somewhere around 1.08642. 1.08642, then I should be looking out to join the trend, which is sell. I should be looking out to what? To sell. Okay, obviously, Euro USD and GBP USD, they are more of a downward, a downtrend. And you can see this wave, you know, see this wave. Now it's curved, then I'm expecting another wave. So I'm still expecting it to create another low that is lower than this point here. Okay, except there's going to be a series of fundamental that just comes out back and you have tried to pull back and go back above 1.1. But right now, I'm not seeing any magic like that to happen. So for Euro USD, I'm expecting more of a sell also. But before I will sell, I'd rather wait for price to retrace a bit somewhere around 38 or 50 before I will join the trend. Okay, so let me highlight that point from here. 38 or 50. Then I can delete. So going back to 1 hour time frame, you see, 38 or 50. So see, those 2 points are points where I'm looking out to sell. Now, with what price is doing currently, you know, remember, since the news is by 2:30, this is 1 hour time frame. Price can come up, and from here, anywhere from here, I should be looking out to sell. Technically speaking, now, I should be looking out to sell anywhere from here, anywhere from here, because you see this high price has sweep it It's just this high now remaining. If price can sweep this high, then it's coming somewhere around there. If it comes there, I should be looking out for a sell opportunity. Now, eventually, Euro USD is a sell. Eventually, GBP USD also is what is a sell. So, if you are buying, even as much as you've been in profit for a while, but it's best to close out your profit and wait for price to face its direction. So that's Euro USD. I know some people are waiting for entry. Now, the truth is this, right? Because of the news coming out by 2:30, price will do more of up and down, right? So no clear direction until the news comes out. So right now, if you are doing pending order, you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very careful so that you are not caught in a trade when the news comes out, right? Now, USD my favorite instrument, I can decide to buy this guy now, but I'll need to hold on because this is a doji and this candle is forming. Doji indecision and this candle is still forming. Now, if this candle can close as a bearish candle, I will place a sell trade and just follow price to somewhere around here. See this low here, somewhere around here. So expect price to, if it can close successfully as a bearish candle, so expect price to get here before the news, obviously. Because after a doji and you have next candle is what determines what price will do next. Okay. They're saying something about going the opposite direction if the CPI news comes out mixed. Okay, now I was trying to explain when the news is mixed, remember price will pick a direction, right? And after price has picked a direction, for example, okay, let me be specific now. Let's say CPI news comes out mixed and USD starts going up. Now, as it's going up, you need to understand that immediately it gets to a certain resistance level, it's going to retrace and it's going to pick the sell direction. So now leave it, let it pick one direction first. And after that, when it starts the opposite direction, then you can join the move. But if everything comes out good, just follow the price. Just follow the price. Okay. If everything comes out bad, also follow the price. All right. So now, based on what I was explaining on USD okay. So from what we can see, you have a doji, right? So if this guy can finish as a bearish candle, then I should be looking for opportunity to sell. And if I'm selling, I should take profit somewhere around 144.49. But if not, if it did not close as a bearish candle and it's bullish, then I should try and follow the price back up. Before this series of ups and downs here, I should have closed out my trade in profit, okay, based on what price is doing currently. All right, so now you say you are not getting entry. Can we set both buy and sell trades in anticipation of the news, just like we did for NFP? Yes, you can. Why not? All right, that's the post-news release now. The post-news release is that you are setting pending order before the news, which means you want to trade, you are setting traps for price. So in any direction it peaks, then you can easily follow price direction. So now you can set pending order in anticipation of either price to buy or sell. But in a mixed scenario, it can be dangerous for you, right? Which means it will pick both buy and sell. And you don't want to be in that scenario whereby price is putting you in both buy and sell. You don't want to be in that scenario, okay? So you can set pending order. All right, we'll still try. We'll do D30, we'll do US 100, we'll do gold. All right, but let's finish up with currency first. All right. Now, please, how do we know that the news is mixed? If one comes out, please just look at the screen very well. Okay, this is a typical example of a mixed news. Typical example of a mixed news. You can see these are three news that was released for GBP this morning, 8 o'clock. You see, 1, 2, 3, right? And you can see this is green, showing that news is good. This is red, showing that the news is bad. This is black, showing neutral. Okay, so looking at the results, this obviously shows that the news is what? Mixed. So mixed in the sense that one is good, one is bad, one is neutral. So for CPI by 230, there is possibility you can have the same scenario. They are expecting core CPI to be good. They are expecting CPI year over year to be what? To be bad. And they are expecting a neutral position for CPI month over month. So there is possibility, but you don't know the result until the news is out. Do you understand? You don't know whether it is good or bad until you see it. Okay, so it is when you see it, you will know whether it is good or bad. All right, so somebody was asking if you can trade in anticipation. Yes, you can trade in anticipation, which means you want to set pending order, or you can even decide to place, buy and sell and wait for the news to pick a direction, then you can close out your trade. But now, advisably, what is best is this. You can trade in anticipation or you wait for the news. You wait for the results of the news. Do you understand? So you can wait for the result of the news. All right. So instead of putting yourself in a situation whereby you will not know what to do, it's something you can avoid. Most times we are always looking out to make profit, which is good, but also look at eventuality. Look at eventuality of the event. For example, now, like CPI case scenario now, it can be mixed. Everything can come out good, everything can come out bad. All right. So it is until we see the results, then you can make a firm decision that you want to follow price direction. Do you understand? Okay. So okay, USD JPY. All right. So until this candle finish for me, this current candle finish for me, then I will know whether I want to buy or sell. So right now, I'm not buying, neither am I selling on USD JPY. Okay. So if this can finish up as a bullish candle, can try and enter a short buy. Not too, I can't be looking for 20, 30 pips, but maybe around 15, 10 to 15 pips. Because remember, price cannot just flow in one direction because the news is not, the news is yet to be released. So, right. So that's Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD JPY. That's the instrument. So let's quickly check oil. Let's check oil. We are moving from currency. So now for every other currency pair with dollar, right? So expect the same scenario. Okay, expect the same scenario. What do I mean by the same scenario? Expect price to do more of ups and down. Let it just respect support and resistance. Like USD CHF, your USD NOK, okay, USD NOK. Okay, if this guy comes somewhere around there, expect it to pull back. The USD CHF also, where it is currently, it can start pulling back up, which is looking more like, okay. Now, but anything that makes it to get is already approaching. Anywhere from here can be just place your buy and take small profit and you are out of the market, all right? But wait for the news to be released. Afternoon session is by 2, so you can get to join the afternoon session. All right. So, oil. I was explaining oil. All right. So oil. So for oil, something funny, something very funny happened to this guy. You know, there was a time we were trying to follow this guy up. Yes, all this. You see this small wave like this. We followed it a bit, but at some point we were now expecting the price to fall, but price did not fall. Okay, but now it has find its way down. Now, actually, I was expecting oil to find its way to somewhere around 72 so that I can just do a long-term trade by buying. But it didn't really get there. It didn't really get there. So now, right now, price is looking at going back to retest this. There's a zone here. So if it can retest it, then let's wait for price to fall. Now, if you want to buy oil, right, the best place for you to be buying oil right now should be anywhere from here. Anywhere from here. Now, if price can get anywhere from 72, you can start buying, or most preferably from 71. Because most times price, you see, there is what is called liquidity gap, liquidity mitigator, a lot of funny English they are giving us. And guess what? Now, with this spike here, you see this spike, just see anywhere you have a very long shadow of a particular candle, uh, going either below or above a zone. So that's your shadow. You can see it as your liquidity. Okay, so now liquidity zone rather. Now for that, now there is tendency that price will still repeat this move. This move, there is tendency to still repeat it, which means you might be in negative for a while before you start being in profit, because obviously you make much more profit by buying at a lower price. Where you make much more profit by buying at a lower price. So how will you know at what point to buy? It is very simple. All you need is patience. Okay, all you need is patience. Wait for price to fall into your setup. But most times we traders, we don't wait for price to fall into our setup, but rather we would put our setup on price. Okay, so it's not like that. You always look for opportunity for price to fall into your setup so that you are sure of what price will do. So right now, for me, if oil did not come here, right, uh, for me to buy, that means I'll be doing more of fundamental. Any fundamental that comes out for dollar tends to have effect on oil, right? So that means I'll be trading more fundamental. If I'm to do technical trade on oil, except I want to start using smaller time frame. Okay, the eventuality of the price movement of oil is that oil will still come down. From technically speaking, it will still come down. But right now, with what this candle is doing, this bullish candle is doing here, you see, this guy, this previous candle, this is a daily time frame. Yesterday, price did more of up and down, you see, giving us this candle formation here. Now, the next candle formation you are seeing here, this guy here, this next candle formation there, you see, it's bullish, right? Now, anything that pulls it up and it gets to anywhere around 77, expect price to be rejected downward. Okay, so now instead of me looking out for a buy, rather I should be looking out for a sell. I should be looking out for a sell. God bless you. You are the best. Yeah. How long does it take for retracement to take place after the news? Now, the kind of news, most times it is the reaction on the chart that will tell you that retracement is going to take place. Okay, so until I see some candlestick pattern or some candlestick formation before I'll be able to say that retracement is about to take place. Without reaction on your chart, you can't know. There's no way you will know. You need to see a reaction from your chart. All right. So, Mr. Promise, uh, Lally, okay? Okay, it's Lally, not Rally, right? Okay, so since you said it's Lally, then I think it's Lally, right? Okay, so going forward with oil, just like I said, now because the goal of the goal of OPEC, majorly, they have been cutting supply. Uh, they have been cutting supply for a very long time now, and they are looking at cutting supply even up to next year. Next year is not far again. That's next month. I think somewhere around March, April, they are still looking at cutting supply. So now the cutting of supply, and the truth is this: since price has been falling, it shows that there has been less demand for oil. Now, one of the major consumer of oil, economically speaking, you have China, and at some point, it's like the demand from China has dropped. Okay, so it shows that most of the the production firms, every firm using oil, now their demand has dropped, and it's actually an indicator to measure if production, it gives an insight to the production level of a particular economy, and it tells us what to be doing at that point in time. So if the major consumer, if they are not really demanding for that particular commodity, then you are not really expecting, no matter how much they cut supply, because cutting the supply is trying to meet up with the low level of demand that is happening. All right, because when you cut supply, that means there's going to be shortage. And shortage leads to scarcity. When there's scarcity, the price of that commodity, you're expecting it to what? To go up. All right. So now, but technically speaking, with this guy, if anything that pushed it up to 77, then expect it to fall back. It should retrace back down. Now, but from 72 or 71, then you can start buying oil. You can buy it and just leave it for a very long time, like 3 weeks, 1 month if you want, because it is obvious that you are going to make much more profit than if you are just doing a day trade. All right. Okay, so please, you need to attend a training to know the different types of candlestick and their effect on prices. All right, Mr. Coco. All right, so now you need to attend classes, because I believe every Tuesday and Thursday is our analysis class where we talk about fundamental and technical. And in technical analysis, they are going to teach you candlestick formation, and also they will tell you their effect on price movement. So please try and attend classes, whether the physical or the online class. All right. So now that's my take on oil for now. So if you ask me, should I buy or should I sell? I will ask you to what? To hold on and wait for price to fall into our setup, right? You see, this 77 is not far again. Let it break this resistance here. Let it get to 77. Anywhere from 77, then you can still sell oil. Now, sell it, then you are taking your profit anywhere from uh, let's even give you much more profit. Anywhere from 75, take your profit, wait for price to drop as low as, okay, there's a line there, as low as 72 or 71. You see, at 71, you can see this is showing proven support, So anywhere from 71 or 72, you can start buying oil. So right now, wait. There is money making in waiting. What minimum equity will you need to be able to leave the trade for 3 to 4 weeks when you enter at 71? Well, if you have an equity of 100,000, uh, now, but for oil, okay, I've forgotten that it's not currency. Okay, now I have nothing less than an equity of 200,000. Okay, an equity of 200,000. Now, some people don't know what equity means. Now, for those that have started trading, if you notice, immediately you place a trade, you are going to see your balance, equity, and free margin, right? So now, but let me just say this: have nothing less than 200,000 in your trading account. Then you can place a trade on oil with 0.02, 0.03, and you leave it for 3 to 4 weeks. All right. So that's the advice I can do. For 1 million, what lot size should you use? You can use 0.1. 1 million naira, use 0.1 because it's something you want to leave for a long time. So eventually you make much more than somebody with 200,000 will make. All right. Okay. Now, that's my take on oil. So just wait, let it get to 77. If it's not getting there and it's going back down, before you buy, before you buy, ensure that you are buying anywhere from you can see anywhere from 71 or 72. Then you can buy oil and leave it for a very long time. Okay, so let's quickly check gold. Gold. Okay, now for gold, we all know what gold has been doing lately and recently, but let me just quickly show us what it has been doing again. I think somebody asked a question. Okay. I should go back to oil. When the oil starts buying, where will it stop? That's a very good question. I love that. A very good question. When oil starts buying, where will it stop? So let me go back to oil and let's check where will it stop. Okay, remember we are using higher time frames. Now, if oil can start buying from 71.7, anywhere from 71 or 72, now your take profit can be before. You see, now somewhere around there, this is 81. Just put your take profit at 81. Yes, 81. All right. So if oil start buying from 71 or 72, put your take profit at where? 81. All right. So I think I've answered that question. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's quickly check gold. Let's check gold. Then we'll now go to indices. We'll go to indices. Now, from last year and March, April this year, I've been singing a song for gold that gold should fall. Gold should fall. In as much as it fell, and from the moving average, you can see what happens again. It started going back up. This is monthly time frame now. Monthly time frame. So you have October, November. Now this is December. You see, from December to January, I'm still expecting this guy to actually fall. Yes, I'm expecting it to fall. Gold is a faller, but now where we have missed the entry is somewhere around here. In as much as now, you remember the liquidity zone. Okay, so price spike. Now, most people would have entered a sell and put stop loss somewhere around here. You'll notice that it would have taken out their stop loss, right? And another thing, I know most beginners or professional traders, if you see a very good professional traders, they'll tell you my stop loss is somewhere around, I'm looking at ratio 1 to 2, risk to reward. Now all those things are very good and they are very nice. But then now there are perfect places for you to be putting stop loss to avoid price taking you out and still going in your direction. All right. So now my take on gold is this. Let's check and let's do the analysis on gold. Gold has gotten to resistance. It created another all-time high, as you can see. Now, look at this. Let me just do something like this. Gold is where? In a zone, which is resistance zone. As it is, I'm expecting it to fall. I'm expecting it to fall. Okay, am I an intraday or a swing trader? I am more of a swing trader, sir. Okay, so answered your question. Yeah. I'm more of a swing trader rather than intraday. Okay, now with what is happening on this guy, obviously this guy will sell. Now, should you enter sell now? No. Remember, CPI is coming out by what time? 2:30. So if you see any move happening on this guy, it's going to be more of up and down. More of up and down, right? Now, as much as yesterday it fell, I think I told us about gold yesterday to look out for a sell if it closed below a particular level. If you have seen it, I know somebody should have made money from it. So for today, now it has gone back to moving average. It's looking like selling, but will I sell it now? Because of the news coming out, I can still look out to let's wait for the candlestick formation here. You know? Yes, I need to see it clearly. So let's wait for this. If this guy can finish as a bearish, if it can finish as a bearish candle, then you can just sell gold. If it finishes as a bearish candle. So for right now, just hold on, because you see these two shadows here, right? So wait for price to close as a bearish candle, then you can enter a sell. If you enter a sell, that means that you are closing out somewhere before 1981. Anywhere 1981, just close it and wait for CPI to come and have its effect. And wait for price to come and have its effect. Okay, please see, you don't want to take chances on some instruments like gold. You don't want to take chances on them. So it is better for you to see your setup before you pick any trade. If you don't see your setup, that's where patience comes in. You know, your level of patience determines your level of discipline. All right. So you need to see your setup. If you are not seeing your setup, you are not taking any trade. Okay. So right now, just wait, because price goes back to 21 moving average. 21 moving average is serving as resistance for price currently. So if this guy can finish as a bearish candle, then if you want to take a short time, if you want to take a temporary sell, I don't want to say short sell because I'm saying sell, right? If you want to take a temporary sell, now, if this finish as a bearish candle, you can take a sell, put your take profit somewhere before 1981. 1981, all right? So for gold, it's more of a sell rather than a buy. Remember, Euro USD, GBP USD, they are more of down. So gold, I'm envisaging more of a down also for gold. Okay, so this is daily time frame. You can see our zone here. This is the spike that price did. So even if this guy pull up to 21 moving average, the eventuality of price, right? Told us yesterday that always look out for what? The eventuality of price. And if we are talking about eventuality, we are talking about where will price eventually go? Okay, where will you go? So eventually gold is going to fall, yes. But will it start falling now? That is the question you cannot answer. Okay, so except you wait for price to fall back into your setup. So if price should go back up anywhere from here, anywhere from 2041, I should be selling. Yeah, in as much as you see this liquidity gap that price did, this liquidity, so price can still repeat it, but it won't repeat it immediately. All right, it won't repeat it immediately. So I can decide to what? To pick myself from 2040, 42 or 41. Now, where will I take profit? Now, let me quickly show you something. Let me show you something. I think weekly time frame explains this better. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so now look at this very well. Now, the first time price went up is here. It got as high as 2074. Now, it came back, bounces back from 21, right? The second time price got up, it didn't even get to 2074. It was around 2068. Dropped. Now, it didn't respect 21, went below it, it came back. I mean, now, the third time, it came down and it was rejected, right? This is the fourth time, right? This was last year. Okay, so this was this year, 2023. Now, for those that were coming to classes then, I was telling them This was April, May. I was telling gold will sell. I was singing the song, but I know some of them would have made profit from it, right? Now, this guy, it will still sell, okay? Because anytime prices find itself up to this point, it always go deeper than previous. All right. So if this guy is falling, if you have to take profit by selling, if it comes back, if it comes back to 20, 20, anywhere from 2020, 2017, 2021, you can start selling. But right now, don't sell. Don't sell now because there's possibility for price to pull up a bit. So you'll be in negative for a very long time before price will now start going in your direction. So, but it's something you can avoid. So price most likely find its way somewhere. You see this point, 2016, you can start selling gold from 2016. All right. Now, the news is coming out by 2:30. Now, if the news comes out very bad for dollar, you know what gold will do? Gold will surely find its way up. All right. It will find its way up. And if it's going up, let's see D1. So if it's going up, expect gold to find its way to anywhere around 2017 or 2047. 2017 or 2047. That's if the news is very bad for the dollar. Somebody is asking a question. Okay. Which moving average do I have on this chart? It's 21 and 50. 21 exponential moving average and 50 exponential moving average. All right. You are welcome for just joining, Mr. Fagbo. It's nice to have you. All right. Now, that's my take on gold. Gold is more of a sell, but are you selling now? No. You wait for price to go up a bit because it is best you sell at an higher price than a lower price. Okay, sell at an higher price and you make much more money than what you make by selling at a lower price. All right, so that's my take on gold this morning, more of a sell. Now, US 100, US 100, US 100 is also one instrument that should not be joked with. You don't want to joke with US 100. There are some instruments you don't joke with. Now, look at this guy. Now, as of 2021, US 100 created an all-time high ever as of 2021. It's around 16779.66, right? Now, and anytime this guy is going up, it's always break the resistance. It will always, okay? It will always break resistance. In as much as there are times where they always fall, they fall. But over time, if you check, it doesn't really respect resistance. This is weekly time frame, or I should even do it on monthly time frame. Okay, it doesn't really respect resistance. This guy is no respecter of resistance. Okay, so now my take is that when price get to 16.7, anywhere 16.7, right? Now, it can retrace a bit, but expect price to break that resistance level. Yes, to create another all-time high. Now, there are two things price can do there. Two things. Every trader knows there are two things for price. It is either price breaks this resistance or price pull back from the resistance, gain momentum, and come and break it. Those are the two possibilities for price. So right now, this guy is still pulling up. It's still pulling up. So there's tendency for price to get to 16.75 before you can now wait to see a reaction. Now, the news coming out by 2:30 will also be a determinant factor. Will also be a determinant factor for price to check if it's going to go up or it's going to come down. Okay, so now when the news is good for dollar, it is expected that commodities indices they should fall. When the news is bad for dollar, it is expected that commodities and indices should what? It should rise. Okay, so now for US 100 now, are you looking out to sell or to buy? You should be looking out now, right now. Hmm? Any if price can do a bearish move here, it can now there's what is called major retracement and minor retracement. This guy will do a minor retracement. It can fall back to 21 moving average and start going back up. All right. So right now, are you selling or you are buying? I will say wait for a reaction. Yes, wait for a reaction on price. If you notice, this has been a series of rejection, series of rejection, series of rejection. All right. So those series of rejection you are seeing there, series of rejection you are seeing there. Now, sorry, please. Series of rejection there. So wait for a reaction. If there's a bearish candle, if there's a bearish candle there, there's a bearish candle from here and it closed below all these lows, right? Then you can take a sell position. Now, take profit before this moving average here. That's if you see a bearish move. But if not, don't pick any direction, all right? So you just wait. Now, remember I said this. Always wait for what? Your setup. Patience. Patience is the key in this market. If you don't have patience, you will just be trading blindly in the market. All right. Let's quickly see if we can say something on D30. Okay, you see, you see this guy now. You know, it's just like US 100 with what it was doing with US 100, with what it was doing. You know, it got somewhere up and it started doing range up and down like this. Now you see, if somebody had picked a sell at first, you'll be in negative, right? You need to see a good setup. Look at this, all these short candles. Then you have a doji and you have a bearish candle. This is looking like shooting star, right? Now immediately you have another bearish candle. So now you see from all these plays here. Now it is on this guy you would have picked a sell. You put take profit before this level here. You put take profit before this level. You know, anytime you are seeing short candles and they are just going up and down in a particular area, all you need to do is to wait. You wait for a setup, a candlestick formation setup that can push you into a trade. You wait for a candlestick formation setup. Now, let's look at the eventuality for D30. Ha, this guy is going up. Eventuality. This guy is going up. Is going up. Now, somebody will ask me, should we buy D30 now? Now, looking at D30 also, it has been breaking resistance. No respecter of resistance. No respecter of resistance. Just been doing its thing. It has been going up over time. And, you know, indices are more of uptrend rather than a downtrend. So, I've missed this sweep here. Okay, now this is what is going to happen. Okay, in as much as this guy, anytime it goes up, if it's coming back, it doesn't really respect the previous point as it ought to. Okay, so now what we are waiting for right now, you see, this has been a series of waves. So there's a point where this guy needs to get to where we need to sell it. And where is that point? Now, you see this candle forming. This is weekly time frame. So the news, you see, the news for dollar also affects D30. Yes, it also has effect on D30. It also affects D30. Okay. So now this has been a series of bullish moves, a very good bullish move. Now, After this candle, if this candle can still finish as a bullish candle, which means for this week, if price is bullish on D30, next week, sell D30. Hello? If price is bullish for this week on D30, from Monday next week, start selling D30. Because now, anytime price just pull in one particular direction, you know, and you see that the strength is weakened. Like, look at this very well. A good bullish move, good bullish move. Now, this is still showing that price is still going up. Now, a very good bullish move, sweeping every other resistance, right? You have this bullish move. Now, the strength of the buyers have started reducing. You see, they have started reducing. And from here now, is where you have your setup technically on D30. So if you had entered a sell trade, you'll be negative for a while because of this shadow. And eventually price came down. So you are taking your profit from moving average. Now, and you see, this is another bullish move. Yeah, showing that this guy is not a downtrend move. All right. So on D30, US 100, US 30, US 500, US 2000, you see those indices. Now, if you are selling, your sell should be temporary sell, not a long-term sell. Your sell should be a temporary sell, but not what? A long-term sell. Because you know the trend of this guy. Their trend is where? Uptrend. And we have told you in uptrend, you are looking out for more of buying rather than selling. In a downtrend, you are looking out for more of selling rather than what? Rather than buying. So on Euro USD, GBP USD that are more of downtrend, you are looking out for more of selling rather than buying. But on indices, their trend is what? Uptrend. So you are looking out for more of buying rather than selling. All right. So that's my take on it. If this guy can finish as a bullish candle or a small candle bullish, and you see that candle is a signal. If it is either doji or you have hammer, or sorry, you have in fact you have a shooting star or angry man, or if you have a spinning top, okay? So any of those signals from the next candle, just look out to sell D30. But that sell is not a long-term sell. It is a temporary sell, okay? So thank you so much for joining the meeting this morning. I know some of us will say I didn't give us entries, buy stop, sell stop. Now, reason why I'm not giving entry is for the fact that, you know, price will do more of up and down before 2:30, okay? So there is no really a clear direction. There is no really a clear direction for price, okay? So it is best you wait. Then after you have seen the move, you can now join the direction of price, okay? So somebody said, what's the difference between buying limit and buy stop? It's different. Buy stop is a pending order you placed above the current market price. Buy limit is a pending order you place below the current market price, right? How can one develop courage to swing trade because of the up and down movement while waiting? You see, now it is consistency that will develop your courage. Okay, what do I mean by that? Which means it's something you need to have been doing over time. And before you start doing it, you need to be able to know eventuality of price. And what do I mean by eventuality of price? Like D30 now, this guy eventually is going up, but at some point it will come down. But eventually, where is it going? It's going up. So now instead of buying now, I'll wait for it to come down a bit because I will make much more profit when the price is low so that I can buy that particular instrument. What is my take on USD JPY? Okay, I'll need to go back. My take on this, please, how many of us have entered buy on this USD JPY? Oh, remember I was saying, I said if it finish as a bearish candle, then you should be looking out to sell. But if it finish as a bullish candle, you should enter a buy. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. Now, will the news affect oil? Yes, it will affect oil. Okay, how can one calculate moving average? Okay, please, you need to attend training so that you can know how to do moving average calculation, because there is a calculation for simple moving average and there's a calculation for exponential moving average. Okay, yeah, there's a formula that I have. Okay, but please just try and attend class so that you know how to calculate the moving average. Now, Akpan Peter, how can one come out in a negative trade of sell in US 100? Hmm. Uh, okay, how can you come out in a negative sell in US 100? Well, uh, it's uh, it's very simple. Very, very simple. Okay. Now, depending on where you enter from, okay. But this is what I'll ask you to do. Send a message to your account officer, or you can drop your email, or then later we'll just check your entry. We'll look at how far price has gone. Then we'll be able to give a direction of what price will do. But remember, US 100 eventually is going up. So if you have a sell, except you have a good money in your account, then you want to wait for the loss to reduce before you close it. But right now, if you don't have enough money, I would just advise you to take your loss and look for the good entry, which means you don't just enter, buy or sell on any instrument now, but you wait for price to fall into your setup. All right. Yes, you can come to the office for CPI. Yes, either Port Harcourt, Abuja, Lagos, or Ibadan. You can also join online. You can also join online. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us. Wisely, don't expose your accounts to too much risk. Right? Thank you all. We need an office in Uyo. Don't worry, you can open one for us. Immediately you open it, you'll see us there. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.